Tzu Chi holds its first international disaster relief seminar for experienced volunteers in the Philippines. We check out how Tzu volunteers promote moral character education at a California elementary school. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. The Philippines is a nation that has been devastated by typhoons and earthquakes. Fortunately, every time after disaster strikes the Philippines, Tzu volunteers help the survivors. Recently, more than 200 people attended a seminar for experienced volunteers. Through this event, volunteers shared their experiences in various Tzu missions.
Tzu volunteers discipline themselves before helping people. This is the first time a seminar is held in Manila for the executive volunteers from across the Philippines.
Many people are afraid of being executives because they are afraid of the pressure. Every time I see someone in this condition, I always encourage them by saying that being an executive is our biggest blessing.
The volunteers are learning proper ways for daily behavior. Volunteers from remote islands join Tzu when their islands had suffered natural disasters, so they do not have any chance of joining a camp like this one. Tacloban has suffered due to Typhoon Haiyan and is a small city, so it doesn't have many resources.
We found out that our beneficiaries are distributed far away from one another. And so if we want to purify the mind of these people, we have a hard time because of their distances. So lately we are trying to focus on community development.
Volunteers are promoting recycling in Tatalong Quezon.
At recycling stations, we teach our volunteers that we must communicate with people who donate the reusable items to us. We want them to know that every time we raise money for charity, we sell the items to consumers at very low prices. Because in Tzu Chi, we are extending the lives of these goods, not for making money.
People's images of the Philippines is a nation with a lot of typhoons and earthquakes. Therefore, Tzu volunteers hold this seminar to relay positive energy for the country and its people.
In Taiwan, Tzu volunteers went to Penghu Prison to share stories with the inmates. Speakers Jiuru and Qingwen flew there from Kaohsiung to talk about how they have transformed. They encouraged the inmates to spend more time learning about the Buddha's teachings.
我一直有一个小小的愿望，希望说有一天监狱也能变学校。他说让我一个好的环境，可以我相信无人愿意变歹。
太多官本说。
Tzu volunteers go to the Penghu Prison to bring remedies to those who are shackled physically and psychologically.
We bring Buddha's teachings and Master Zhen's wisdom to the prison to share with the inmates, hoping that they can cleanse their minds with Buddha's teaching and Master's teachings.
Tzu volunteers Jiuru and Qingwen were former inmates, so the life lessons they share now are very influential.
Their words are encouraging. They started doing wrong deeds and changed to doing good deeds, like helping inmates like us.
The first prison I was an inmate of is the Penghu Prison. This is my third time to come here. There is a saying, where you fall is also where you should rise.
While I'm serving my time here, it's very painful. I'm not myself. When I watch my family running around for my case, that feeling is not bearable. I don't want them to worry about me. I want them to know that I've changed. During the last couple of years, I've grown so much.
Though they're trapped in prison, the inmates desire to walk on the right path so they can one day rejoice in the freedom from outside the prison. Tzu volunteers in Europe have once again visited a refugee camp in Serbia. This time they held Buddha Day ceremonies there so the refugees may pray sincerely.
The little boy washes the hands of his parents for the very first time, while his brother respectfully holds the water bowl. The two brothers' considerate acts have touched their parents.
I saw other ceremonies that children respect and grateful about the mothers, but it was the first time I saw this ceremony with a special traditional. It was very great.
The refugee camp hosts mostly Muslims, and as Ramadan coincides with the month of filial piety for Buddhists, volunteers prepare a cross-cultural experience for them.
It was really nice that you teach us how the children should serve the tea to their parents or to mother, to express themselves in that way, how much the mother is important in the life of every child.
Tzu Chi volunteers from Europe also hosted a Buddha Day ceremony at the camp. Muslims and Christians all joined to pray together despite the religious difference. Some refugees also live-streamed the event to share with their family overseas.
How are you?
Thank you so much. We feel very happy today.
Some refugees also want to give back. They donate to show compassion and love for East Africa's Cyclone Idai survivors.
And I see in Africa people don't have house and have a bad life. And I pray for them. And I do this for them, to build house and everything.
No matter where the refugees and volunteers are from, in this moment they're one family.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Penang and Johor Bahru, Malaysia, held ceremonies for the children to appreciate their parents' love. A couple in their 70s in Johor Bahru is troubled by their children. Their son suffers from a mental illness, and their daughter is bedridden. The volunteers held a mobile Buddha Day ceremony at their home to bring love and blessing to this family.
42-year-old Yong Chong Ling was born prematurely, so her brain is not fully developed. Her mother is in her 70s, still cares for her.
Master Zheng Yan told us that although we are old, we shouldn't feel old. We must still feel we're young.
Tzu Chi volunteers hold a Buddha Day ceremony at this home to bless them. They also guide their 44-year-old son, who suffers from mental illnesses, to express his love to his parents.
We want to reduce the suffering of this family, so we strive our best and wish the best for them. His sister's condition is better, so it makes us feel at ease.
If there aren't people who are passionate about helping others, this world would become very cold and distant. Tzu Chi is a very compassionate organization.
Johor Bahru Tzu Chi School helped these mothers to put on makeups that they all age suddenly. I hope the children can cherish the current moment.
We want the kids to see what we will look like 30 years from now. We want them to get an actual feeling.
He reacted by saying that he didn't want me to have this makeup. He didn't want me to wear the clothes. I had to take it off. I can tell that he felt bad about it.
Over 800 people attend the Buddha Day ceremony at this school. The children serve their parents tea to express their gratitude for all the parents have done for them, as fulfilling filial piety begins with one small action.
Singapore Tzu Chi volunteers held mobile Buddha Day ceremonies in the month of May. They held such events in the homes of 4 seniors.
The sound of these Buddhist chants are heard in this living room. Singapore Tzu Chi CEO Lo Sui Xi has brought the Buddha Day ceremony here and shown his filial piety as his elderly mother suffers from dementia.
I want to turn a little love into big love and do more for all sentient beings. Basically, this is also done for my mother.
For elders with mobility issues, they have the chance to participate in this Buddha Day ceremony, as Singapore Tzu Chi volunteers visited 4 such homes. They prepared a simplified version of the ceremony, along with the tea ceremony and foot washing, to the delight of these elders.
I never thought that he would enjoy it so much. At the start, he never prayed to the Buddha before, but I think that he really enjoyed it.
The Buddha Day ceremony also allows the family to come together as one, which is one of the best blessings that can be bestowed upon elders.
He doesn't leave the house, so when you came for this blessing ceremony, he was really happy.
Bringing the Buddha into these homes has helped cheer up and calm the mind of these elders, as they are all left with a very happy memory of the event.
In Singapore, Tzu Chi recipients suffer from many diseases that he had to take a lot of pills every day. It caused him to have bad temper and even broke up his family. Therefore, for a while, he was homeless. After Tzu Chi volunteers started visiting him, they encouraged him to quit drinking and smoking. They even inspired him to save up to help other less fortunate people. Every time Tzu Chi volunteers visit Penghu Hall, they are asking this question.
Have you quit smoking and drinking? They ask me every month, but I'm not bothered because I know they care about me.
In fact, Tzu Chi's monthly assistance can allow him to buy cigarettes and beer. At the beginning, Penghu Hall had been troubled by high cholesterol, diabetes, depression, intestine cancer, and other diseases. They brought on his bad temper and eventually broke up his family. He ended up living on the street. Tzu Chi volunteers visited him and allowed him to see the light.
I committed suicide in the hospital 3 times, but it never worked. I always felt a great deal of pressure. Every time I was very angry at myself.
When I went to his home the first time, I noticed he was full of worry and also didn't talk much. He wouldn't want to communicate with people, so I gave him some bookmarks written with Jingsa aphorisms and also a coin bank.
After a period of visit and care, Ten is able to fill a coin bank every month from the monthly assistance.
I asked him, didn't you say the financial assistance we gave isn't enough? But how could you now fill the coin bank every month? He then told me that he had quit smoking.
After the volunteers left, I sat and thought about what they said. It was reasonable. Smoking and drinking was bad for my health and also cost me a lot of money. Frankly, it wasn't bearable while I began to quit smoking because I couldn't sit still, I couldn't stand or couldn't walk. A pack of cigarettes cost over $7, so I felt that if I could save $7 in the coin bag, it could help a lot of people too.
Penghu Hall endured the hardship of quitting smoking. At a New Year distribution in 2019, he went on stage to tell everyone his life story. He has not only quit smoking, but also improved on his bad temper.
Now I say good words. I don't scold people like before. Whenever I have the chance, I follow the volunteers to help people, and it makes me very happy.
During 3 years of company care, Tzu Chi doesn't just give him financial assistance, but also help him turn his life around. US City volunteers have been promoting moral character education in schools. At Extra Elementary School in Southern California, they also care for the children of the homeless, providing tutoring classes.
You don't always know if a person is good or bad just judging from the way they look. Remember how I said earlier, people come in all shapes and sizes. They could tell you one thing or tell you something else, but you need to know what they need.
The class is always really excited when the Tzu Chi friends come to visit us. They love the different activities that they do. They show them how to be responsible and to try to make them become better people.
They recognize when other students, oh, that person was not telling the truth. I remember a student we were talking about toys, and one of the students said, well, that's a want. That's not really a need. That's not something you need, but it's something you want. And so recognizing those concepts learned in the Tzu Chi lessons.
What I feel excited about this program is that we're not only helping the students to work on their homeworks, but also we might really just change their lives.
The goal is to match students with the right tutor. And what we do is we look for students that need just a little bit extra attention, a little bit extra love, a little bit extra conversation.
The tutoring program is so beneficial, and then the mentors are so good at making a good relationship with them and building that rapport so that they can build their academic skills, they can build their social skills, and they have someone to talk to so that they can build their confidence and address any issues that are happening in their life.
Xiamen City volunteers visit scholarship recipients every month. Among them, Chen Luhong's mother has been caring for her ill husband while shouldering family responsibilities. Volunteers hope to help bring the family closer together.
Volunteers came to the scholarship recipient Chen Luhong's house. Their mission this time is to solve the conflicts between her mother and grandma.
I've never had an easy day in the 20 years I married him. I've been taking care of the children while making handicrafts.
Her mother complained about her life. Since her father became ill and unable to work, her mother has to shoulder all the financial burdens and wasn't getting along well with her mother-in-law. The grandma's room is simple with only a lamp and a wooden bed. Volunteers tried to smoothen their relationship, but it wasn't easy.
替妈妈抱抱阿嬷来，真诚的给她抱抱，对，啊，你要跟妈妈说什么？妈妈你辛苦了。好。
Volunteers decide to take it slow and let time heal the misunderstandings. Gradually, her mother showed her soft heart.
I believe that there are more impoverished people than us, so we don't need a scholarship anymore. You've already been a great support for us.
Xiamen City volunteers visit families facing different kinds of challenges. They hope that their long-term care and companionship can help to ease the pain in their lives.
Recycling volunteer Li Ruisan decorated the Nanpu recycling station in Nantou County with his calligraphy and recyclables. City volunteer Lin Jingguo designed a rainwater collecting system so rain can be collected and reused.
The spinning pinwheels and calligraphy fill the place with a sense of art. These decorations made from the recyclables are the work of recycling volunteer Li Ruisan.
It can clean the minds of people in the village. On the other hand, it will allow people from other communities or other places to praise our creativity at this place.
Everywhere at this Nanpu recycling station is filled with Li Ruisan's calligraphy, which makes the recycling station very artistic. Furthermore, this recycling station has a group of kitchen volunteers who deliver snacks to the recycling volunteers at 9:30 in the morning and also a delicious lunch at noon. When they work and eat together, it creates a family-like bond amongst them.
At the recycling station, over 60 people will eat with us, and you will feel the meal is very fragrant and delicious.
Tzu Chi volunteer Lin Jingguo is the one who built this recycling station from the ground up. He also designed a rainwater collection system so it can save water and also electricity.
The rainwater collection tower is higher up, so when we flush the toilet, water the flowers, or wash gloves, the water pressure can be enormous. We don't need a motor to pump the water. We just open a tap and the water will gush out forcibly.
The 9 water towers can hold 95 metric tons of water, which can last 4 to 5 months for everyone at the recycling station. It can also reduce energy and carbon emissions. Tzu Chi volunteers do their best here to get everyone working for the environment.
At the recycling station in New Taipei City, many elderly volunteers have become more optimistic after doing recycling. For some who needed a cane to walk, the station became a place where they pick up a broom instead. As for Tzu Chi volunteer Miss Shen, she has also made a few connections through the good work of recycling.
My health wasn't that great when I began sweeping, but the more I did, the better my health became. I used to rely on a cane. My life before joining the recycling station was pretty bleak, but now it's quite colorful. They were all strangers, but since I'm here sweeping a lot, they became friendly towards me. They'd pass by me and give me the thumbs up, or some would greet me good morning. Everyone was just very polite and respectful towards me.
By white in color, then clean and dirty. The white ones will fetch a good price, then the clean, colorful ones will garner about the same as the white ones. The dirty ones will yield the worst buying price.
The master says the recycling station is like a senior center. It's a place for them to come and be with one another. This is why the volunteers treat the seniors here like family. When I got to the hospital, the driver who hit me brought a stack of money to me. I told him, "Don't be nervous, you don't have to worry. I'm not going to scam you, but tomorrow is recycling day, and I usually drive the recycling truck, so I need you to take my place to go out and collect recyclables." He asked where should he have to go, and I replied, "Tzu Chi's sister will take you." He listened and came to do recycling.
It's to make bags for collecting recycling. If it's to hold metal items, I use thicker fabric and lighter fabric for the plastic bottles. I didn't sew before, but when the bags we used to collect recyclables often broke, I thought to make one out of fabric. Once someone gave us a roll of banners, and I turned into recycling bags. I've made some 10,000 bags already.
My mother is no longer alive, so I treat these seniors like my own mother. My hope for them is while cultivating their blessings, they're also gaining wisdom. In Taiwan, either mothers and citizen fathers accompany TCUST's graduating students on a trip to the Qingwen abode. The students also seize the opportunity to express their gratitude to these Tzu Chi moms and dads. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.